రాము బ్రో నుంచి మహేష్ చంద్ర బ్రో నుంచి రాము బ్రో నుంచి మహేష్ చంద్ర బ్రో నుంచి దావత్ ఏంలే ప్రశాంత్, దావత్ ఏంలే 1.5 year అయింది మీరు తాగా. అంటే అకేషనల్ తాగాలి ఎప్పుడో ఒక్కసారి. कल्याण बीस्ट गेमिंग नमस्ते ब्रो लास्ट गेम्स ఇంకా జస్ట్ ఓన్లీ 1000 లైక్స్ పెండింగ్ ఉన్నాయి. లెట్స్ మేక్ ఇట్ హ్యాపెన్. ఎవరైతే లైక్ అండ్ సబ్స్క్రైబ్ కొట్టలేకపోతున్నారు లైక్ అండ్ సబ్స్క్రైబ్ ప్లీజ్. ఈచ్ ఒక లైక్ ఒక సబ్స్క్రైబ్ చాలా వాల్యుబుల్. సో లెట్స్ మేక్ ఇట్ హ్యాపెన్. థాంక్యూ వెరీ మచ్. నమస్తే. గుడ్ ఈవినింగ్. థాంక్యూ వెరీ మచ్ ఫర్ సపోర్ట్. నమస్తే ఆనంద్ బ్రో. నమస్తే. మేబీ టుమారో ఆనంద్ బ్రో. ఎందుకంటే స్నైపింగ్ గేమ్స్ కూడా ఈరోజు ఎక్కువ మంచిగా రాలేవు. వచ్చిన కాడికి ట్రై చేసినాం. అంత గేమ్స్ అంతా పెద్దగా రాలేవు. స్నైపింగ్ ట్రై చేసాం. గేమ్స్ కూడా ఈరోజు ఎక్కువ మంచిగా రాలేవు. పొద్దున మిస్ అయినా మార్నింగ్ ట్రై చేసినాం. గేమ్స్ అంతా పెద్దగా రాలేవు. ట్రై చేసాం. గేమ్స్ కూడా ఈరోజు ఎక్కువ మంచిగా రాలేవు. పొద్దున మిస్ అయినా మార్నింగ్ ట్రై చేసినాం. గేమ్స్ అంతా పెద్దగా రాలేవు. ట్రై చేసాం. గేమ్స్ కూడా ఈరోజు ఎక్కువ మంచిగా రాలేవు. పొద్దున మిస్ అయినా మార్నింగ్ ట్రై చేసినాం.
And once you've done that, quickly go over to the audio section just to set everything up. Put the sample rate to 44.1 kHz, change the channels to stereo, and consequently add your desktop audio to 5. But if you want some out. So that was our video on how to stream item shop by video. We're going to be giving away news to be active on this channel. Like the video, change the channels to stereo, and consequently add your desktop audio to 5. But if you want some out. So that was our video on how to stream item shop by video. We're going to be giving away to be active on its channel, like the video.
Everybody, this is Pun, the Frugal Streamer. Updated tutorial for you. This is going to be a Streamlabs OBS, and for that matter, really any OBS, because it's on the upper right hand corner. And then scroll down to output, click on it, and the good thing about Streamlabs OBS is they have now designed the output set area to match more like the other OBS where they're tabbed instead of just having to scroll down for each section, so, which is really nice. So streaming here is what we're clicked on, and I recommend instead of using simple NDI, old version connection between the ability of viewers to get your stream on their tablet, on their desktop, whatever. A large amount of people watch this on mobile, so think about that when you're doing it. So there's a lot of people who recommend 3,000, 3,500. Personally, I recommend around 4,000 because I think that gives you the best quality you can get. At the same time, it helps your viewers if they are having issues. Set auto, okay, by having it at 0, you're going to get a lot of messages. Most interval 2. You just set that. And this is a big one. This is a new thing. So the new Invink introduced max quality preset. If you can handle running max quality.
And GPU means your graphics card, so you have a 1060, a 1660, an RX 580, everything like that. That's all GPU. So today I'm going to be focusing on hardware encoder through NVEC, which is NVIDIA graphics cards. So this is anything from like the 7th series and up. You basically hardware encoding, and that's NVEC. And with this NVEC, there's NVEC New, which means that if you have any RTX card or 1660, so any of the newer cards, you get a new encoder, and this new encoder is really, really good at streaming. So as you guys can see here, I have that selected over the old NVEC and over X264. Your upload speed, so my upload speed is 15 and my download speed is 100. So then if my upload speed is 15, then I know that using a 5000 bit rate is only going to leave 10,000 bit rate left around my house, so that is still perfectly fine. If you guys have around 10,000 bit rate overall, so a 10 upload speed, then you guys might want to do like 4,000 or 4,500 just to be safe, so that way your internet in your house doesn't slow down when you're streaming. And going down to keyframe intervals, I like to keep it at 0. Preset, I like to keep it at max quality because your boy loves getting the best for the best value. I keep it on high, and that's mainly due to the fact that a lot of the games that I'm playing are a little bit more demanding, so just having that, consistency of knowing that the graphics card is working just as hard, trying to get the perfect performance out of it is just really, really good. For look ahead, it's a new feature with RTX cards, and I have it turned off. Cycle visual tuning turned off. Max keyframes, I keep it at 1, just because for me that seems to work out really, really well. And then we go down to audio, and this is all up to you guys. This is just you connecting your microphone and lining it up. Then it's also just connecting your headphones and lining it up. So I have everything connected, so I'm moving on. And then going over to the base canvas resolution. This is pretty important, I would say. So for the base canvas, always leave it whatever your monitor is. So mine is 1920 by 1080. So I'm going to leave it at that because it's perfectly fine. My output is going to be 720, and that is because as a streamer, it's not really too important to have it over 1080, because if you're not a partner on Twitch or on YouTube, you're not really going to be supported with the bitrate. So you always just make it out to my videos because it's the easiest folder to select it to, really. And then audio tracks, I always keep 1 just because I don't really edit my audio separately, but you can always select different audio tracks. That way you can have your microphone, your gameplay, your music, everything like that. But I just kind of keep it all together because I don't really use it. And then same thing here, constant bitrate is the best thing ever. But the best thing about using NVEC is that when you're recording, you can actually turn up the bitrate a lot more, and you're going to get more quality. Makes sense. And then for scene selection, this is all up to you guys once again. Notifications, same thing. A lot of these things are up to you guys specifically, which is a lot harder to explain than I would think, because people think, oh, he's going to go over it in the video, but sometimes I can't because it's not something that is in my control, simply due to the fact that I don't have the same layout as you, which makes things a little bit more complicated, don't get me wrong, but at the end of the day, it can still work. 1000 bitrate left around my house. Down to keyframe, knowing that the tuning turned off, max keyframes. I go down to audio, and this is all 20, and that is because as a streamer, it's not really too important to have it over 1080, or 20 looks perfectly fast because you cannot have a 60 FPS stream. Keys. And before I get too carried away,
Streamlabs OBS, because that things first at the very top, or whatever the game you're playing. So if you're playing a game in 1080p, you want to make sure your base canvas is 1080p. If you're playing a game in 720p, make sure your base canvas is 720p. It means it's gonna, and then scale or effect easier to switch on their internet here. If you have affiliated, that's gonna be most of the tab. Let's go up to the out. By default, everything's just gonna go to 1, so it means it's gonna use your processor to encode the stream. If you have a, this is what shows the graphics. So if you're gonna leave all in for streaming service encoder settings, make sure that's checked, and rescale output. You want to check the affiliated. You are not affiliated. For rate control, you have 4 different options right here. CBR rate while you're streaming. So, in your streaming service encoder settings, make sure that's checked, and rescale output. You want to check the affiliated. You are not affiliated. In Streamlabs OBS.
Hey everyone, thanks for watching that tutorial video. If you liked it, be sure
to get the best
at 10 minutes. Now, this idea actually came to me at TwitchCon. A fan came and suggested this idea. I think they just watched a video that was similar to do with filmmaking, where they tried to cover 100 tips in 10 minutes. So ever since then, I've kept a note on my phone where I can jot down all the ideas, as there are plenty of helpful people in there that can point you in the right direction. Just before we jump into the tips, a quick message from today's video sponsor. Nerd or Die make the best free and premium overlays, alerts, widgets and sound effects for your live stream. I've used Nerd or Die for my live stream for years, way before I started the Gaming Careers YouTube channel. You can use the link in the description below, as well as the coupon code Gaming Careers for an extra 10% off. So I have absolutely no idea whether or not I'm going to cover these within 10 minutes. You probably do because you're watching the video now, but either way, I will have a timer in one of these bottom corners to keep track of how long it is taking me to get through the 100 picks. So without further ado, let's get started. Create a private second account on your streaming platform and test stream to that account before you go live. Just recording as a test isn't enough, as you won't be testing your internet connection. The closer your mic can be to your mouth, the better. This can help eliminate keyboard and background noise. You can set up automatic profiles on your stream deck so that different profiles get shown when certain applications are open. If you use a webcam, make sure you are lit well. All cameras and webcams perform much better with more light. Make sure to have some water nearby you when streaming. It's really important to stay hydrated. Set up a limiter for your microphone in your streaming software so that even if you scream or shout, your audio doesn't peak and distort. Write down a plan